What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Basketball Wives Season 8, Episode 12. This ain't going to take long because it ain't a whole lot there. And I apologize that this is a late review. But let me just go people by people, or person by person, I should say, or wife by wife. First of all, there was no Tammy. I think this might be the second episode in a row that we didn't see a Tammy. I keep telling y'all, Shawnee, just let Tammy go. Just let her go. Let her go. OG is retiring from football, and so she wants to go into coaching. So we saw a couple of scenes with her talking to the coaches and them basically giving her the whole coaching is different from playing, and we want to see you come out and see how you interact with the teams and see how that works out for you. So she came out for practice, and it was weird because I'm like, it's almost like, I don't know, it was weird because it was almost like they were talking to her like they didn't know who she was. But we know she knows who they, you know what I mean? She's been playing for you. Like, you know who she is. And I understand that coaching is different from playing, but I don't know. It was just a weird interaction for me. She did come out and, do a practice with the ladies, and it seemed to go pretty well. The practice seemed to go pretty well. They gave her some constructive criticism at the end, and she was open to it. She said, I understand that criticism is part of it, and, I'm here for it if it's going to help me become a better coach, because I really feel like, that's my next move. Coaching is what I want to go into next. Go for it. Shawnee and Evelyn do speed dating. Next. Where do I want to go next? Kristen. Okay. Kristen. Now, this whole episode was about Kristen finally getting ready to apologize to Byron, and her bringing Byron in, but not wanting Cece to be there. She said she felt like that this was a conversation she wanted to have between her and Byron, and she didn't feel like Cece needed to be a part of it because her and Cece just could not get along. They're just not on the same page. I see both sides of that coin. I understand, because my thing is the statements that you made were made to Kristen. Had it not been for the fact that you did it on a reality show and those comments were shown, Byron really wouldn't know that that's how you felt and that's where it was coming from. So I understand, and the fact that you and Cece aren't getting along has a lot to do with this situation. With it has a lot to do with the reality show and what went down in Amsterdam and the comments that you made. So I understand that if you're going to apologize to Byron, I understand Byron needing to be there. Like, I kind of see that. And from Byron's point of view, Cece being there. And from Byron's point of view, Byron's like, look, this is my wife. If you're going to, she's going to be my wife. You're going to have to learn to accept her. So if we're going to, address the elephant in the room, let's just get the whole elephant out the way. Kristen's point of view of it is she just don't want to deal with Cece. Like, that's it. And then she had a nerve to tell Malaysia that she didn't even know why Byron was mad at her until Cece broke it down for her. And I was like, what? And Malaysia said the same thing. Malaysia was like, Kristen, you can't be serious. Like, you didn't know why. Like, what made you think that those comments that you made about Byron would not upset Byron? Like, what the hell were you thinking? Like, I just don't understand how she didn't understand. Now, she did go on to further explain her point of view was she wasn't trying to say that Byron was a horrible grandfather. What she was trying to say was that she wished Byron would spend the kind of time with Kenzie as he does with his other grandkids. But see, that ain't what you said. That is not even close to what you said. And then she went on to say, my father can't be here. He lives in Texas and he's sick. So he can't even. So when I feel like I see wasted time and opportunity that Byron is right here and he doesn't take advantage where my father can't. See, you adding a whole lot to the sauce that wasn't in the original recipe. See, that's not, you ain't say none, and I ain't gonna say you didn't say it. If it was edited out, then it was edited out. But none of that came to us. And like, Cece has a valid point when she says you've had a year and a half to make this right. Like, why do you wait until the cameras are rolling again to decide that this is something you need to do? You should have been apologized to Byron. That's just my 2 cents on it. I mean, if it's not true. Now, so she invites, and of course her husband, he just wanna keep the peace. So when it came time for them to have this dinner, which she invited Byron basically begged off. He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna go to this baseball game," and of course they're right back where they started, with them feeling like making things right with the family just isn't important to Byron. But I think Byron's reason for not coming was, one, you owe me an apology, so I'm not gonna sit here and make nice with you. You didn't invite my fiance, which tells me that you still, really don't understand where I'm coming from and what I need. And so, yeah, no, I'm gonna go to this baseball game because, yeah, that is more important to me right now. I think that, Kristen, you just gonna have to bite this bullet, and you're gonna have to go to Byron. You're gonna have to sincerely apologize, and you're gonna have to accept that Cece is gonna be there. That don't mean you and Cece gotta be friends. That doesn't even mean you gotta have a conversation with Cece. But Cece gonna be in the room. So there's that. And Malaysia was really looking at her like, what? Like, how could you not know? But anyway. Jackie Christie has a conversation. Okay, so this whole thing with Jackie Christie. So of course the whole thing with the lie detector test last week, and of course the more and more this goes on, now Jackie's upset. She feel like, and Cece put a little bit of a battery in Jackie's back about it, because Jackie was telling Cece about the lie detector test, and she wasn't even saying it with an attitude. She was just saying, this is what happened, blah blah blah. And Cece, oh, that's terrible. That's horrible. That's disrespectful. Why would she do that to you? Why would she make you take a lie detector test? And Jackie was like, really? I mean, you think she was being shady? Yes. Why would she do that? That's horrible. Now, all of a sudden, now Jackie got a battery in her back about this lie detector test. My thing was, I don't know how you didn't feel some kind of way that you walked into an environment and somebody invites you to come and hang out. And when you get there, y'all got to take a lie detector test. I don't know how you didn't feel some kind of way about that, but okay. So, excuse me. So then she has a conversation with OG. And now, here go OG carrying bones. She's telling Jackie, well, when we had the event for Jennifer, and I said something about, you and Evelyn being friends. And Evelyn just sort of laughed and smirked like that was a joke. And Phoebe said, they're not friends. And Evelyn didn't correct her. And I'm just letting you know because I think you need to know what's being said about you behind your back. There you go, carrying bones. So y'all know. Now Jackie really in her feelings because she like, I really thought that me and Evelyn had come a long way. What's going on? Why is she saying this? Why is she acting like we not friends anymore? Blah, 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 blah. So, sorry, y'all. So, next thing you know, now we see Evelyn approaching, having a conversation. Jackie having a conversation with Evelyn. And she's basically throwing all that out to Evelyn. And Evelyn is like, say what? Say what? She says, so you didn't let OG put a battery in your back, basically. And now you coming at me with all this. And she said, look, I did make the comment that you was acting like a crazy woman outside of Jennifer's event because you were. But as far as me saying that me and you aren't friends or whatever, like, I never said that. Like, OG is bringing information back to you, taken out of context that's not true. Now, not so much. I don't think OG misrepresented what you said. I think she misrepresented the spirit and the intent of it. You were outside acting a whole fool. A whole fool. So the way in which they were handling it, yeah, they were laughing at you. Yeah, they thought it was funny. And yeah, comments were being made. But you was outside acting like a whole fool. And so I'm not really sure. There really was no big resolve with it. But, Jackie was just all in her feelings, talking about that, that her feelings are hurt. And she didn't, understand, why her and Evelyn had come so far. Evelyn was just sitting there looking at her like. So the other thing we see in this episode is Jackie is having a podcast. And basically the episode that we see is pretty much a basketball wives roundtable. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. She said she was getting together a bunch of basketball wives to basically talk about what it's like to be a basketball wife, fiance, baby mama, whatever. You know, what the perks are, what the downfalls are, the sex life, you know, all that stuff. To me, I'm like, so it's a podcast version of this TV show. It's basically what we're doing. And this took place before Evelyn and Jackie actually had their conversation, because she invited a bunch of basketball wives there, but of course she invited the whole crew. And the only person that showed up was Cece and Jennifer. And then they end up going off on this whole tangent about who's not there, and you know how Cece was, OG was there too, and how disrespectful it was for them not to be there, and how she goes to everybody's event but they didn't come to her event, and you know, why wouldn't they do this for her, and we got to support each other, and even though we might not all be getting along, and you know, Cece talking about, yeah, I mean, because even if we don't all get along, I mean, I would still come out and support you. Lies you tell. Cece, your ass ain't been to half the damn events this season. And when you do come, you leave early. What the hell you talking about that you would still come and support? Child, please. If Byron tell you to stay your ass home, guess where you gonna be? Home. Like he told you not to go to that court situation, and your ass did what? Not go. Child, please. Only reason why you at this little podcast event is because Kristen ain't there. But neither here nor there. She did end up, Jackie did apologize to Jennifer for acting a whole fool outside of her event. And then she went on to talk about how her mom passed away from cancer and she would never do anything to mess up her event on purpose. And she was apologizing. And Jennifer basically let her know, like, look, that whole situation, you know, like, I hear you, I appreciate it, I accept your apology, but that situation was a whole fool. And it was very elementary school and juvenile. And I'm not understanding why you just can't control yourself better. Now, she said it a lot nicer than that, but that is pretty much what she said. And Jackie sidestepped it with the apology. So they're cool. You know, Jennifer wasn't really holding no grudges. Not that she in a position to hold nothing. But they're cool. But that was pretty much what went down at the podcast. And then, like I said, so Jackie was already feeling some kind of way about her and Evelyn's whole relationship, friendship. And her not showing up to her event pretty much put icing on the cake that, well, I guess me and Evelyn just aren't friends. I guess me and Evelyn just aren't cool anymore. And that pretty much put the icing on that cake, honey. So that was pretty much this episode. I told y'all it just wasn't a whole lot there for me. Yeah. I mean, we saw Cece, her brother, and OG, and they basically just talking about the whole Kristen situation and how, you know, she wasn't invited to the dinner, and Byron just isn't really interested in her apologies because he doesn't think they're sincere. Like, it was just, you know. So it wasn't really a whole lot there. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace. Did I miss something? Tell me. Was it something that I ain't talking about? Because I'm over Kristen, Byron, and Cece. Jackie's crazy as hell, so I'm over her whole Evelyn's not my friend. You're acting a fool. You're acting a whole fool right now. So yeah. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.